has been rocking the internet lately? Well, I'm out here. I want to know what people think about making it mandatory from birth and how they would react if they found out that they are in a situation where the child they've been training is not yet. So this is Street Speak, and I remain your girl Selena. Stay tuned. If you found out that the children you've been taking care of, you've been training them since when they were little, DNA now proves that they are not your children, how would you react in that type of situation?
I will not be too. I will be very, very sad. You know why? Number one, to train children now is not easy. For example, if you have a child and the child have reached maybe final year university, you now discover that it's not your child. You will nearly kill your wife because you know how much you have spent to take care of the child. But nevertheless, there are different types of father. We have biological father, we have foster father. Foster father is the father that takes care of the child. So you understand? So it is now the child that will decide whether I want to go with the biological father or I want to go with the foster father. That's what's happened between one Ijora, Dakwa Ijora, and Tokwe Alabi. The father that the woman is with now is the foster father. Why the biological father come out? I won't say the wrong time because they said the man have taken care of the child even when they are not together. So that is my opinion. But it will be sad for anybody. It's not like me. I don't want to take care of a child that doesn't belong to me because it's very expensive to take care of a child now.
A human being, I have to react. You understand? I don't pray being in that kind of situation. But I believe right from the courtship, if you're in a courtship with a particular woman you want to get married to, you should definitely know if she's a cheat or not. You understand? This kind of issue has actually popped up online, which I actually like being inside of some women. Some women cheat because their partner don't respect them. Majority of African men now, they cheat on their partner. And they try to be like, I'm the man, I can cheat, but the woman cannot cheat. But actually, it's affecting them psychologically as well. I'm not actually abetting a woman cheating. A woman cheating on a man is out of it. It's out of the contest. If actually the man also, because a woman can cheat as a result of the man's impotence. If a woman is impotent, they should walk up together and settle the issue. Love is beyond procreation. Yes, actually, God actually wants us to procreate. But there are some relationship, marriage, that are not destined to come out with child. Getting married to a particular partner, you actually want to spend the rest of your life with him or her. So cheating on him or her, you will still end up losing. So as a human being, I don't pray be in that kind of situation. But if it happens, I will just have to like walk away. Because we have anger management individually. My anger might actually destroy more than even my own imagination. So I will just have to walk away and just leave the environment. Maybe I can just leave the country for them. Let them just settle the shit. Then I start up my new life.
Don't call for really, and then it's something that will happen to you that it's something that will happen to you. It may really caught you unaware because you are not expecting that to happen. And if eventually something like that happen, it can actually lead to heartbroken, really. Like what happened to the CMD or the managing director of FCMB Bank, and you know, the guy actually, it led to the death of the person involved, who happens to be Today Thomas. You understand? So it's something that is uncalled for if it happens to someone, really. So the way I'm going to react to it, in fact, I don't want to see myself for something like that to happen to, really. And if eventually it happens, then it's to call for divorce, seriously.
I'll feel very bad, but I don't want to do what's on my mind because some people will say they want to throw it out of their kids. Some people will say they want to take care of the kids again. But since I'm not taking care of them from day one, well, I'll continue taking care of them.
You will react?
My reaction will be on my wife, not on my kids, because they're not the fault.
Anyway, to be honest, we all are humans. If I find out that such thing has occurred, obviously I will be very angry, and I will also be very mad at my wife or whomsoever it might be. But the truth of the whole matter is, I will forgive her. But what happens is, I don't need to transfer the aggression of what the mother have done to the child. If the child is of age and he or she still wants to be with me, I will still take care of him. But if he or she wishes to go back to his real parents or his real father, definitely I will allow him go. But for my wife, well, it will only take God's grace to forgive her and forget about it and still live with her.
As a human being, it's going to be a big deal anyway. I'll be shocked, maybe, and I think from there arises trust issues with my wife or with the person I married to definitely come to play. And I don't think life will be the same again. That's just it.
How will you react? What will you do?
I can't say that because I don't really know what. I can't even imagine myself in that kind of situation.
You think it should be mandatory for DNA tests to be conducted on children at birth?
I think it is good, especially for those ones that are very rich. This is always common. It's always common between those that are very. For example, look at Moyo and the MD of FCMB. You know the story now. You know I'm a pressman. I know most of the story from the beginning. Moyo and the MD, they have been dating before the MD became MD of FCMB. So when the girl now came out that the children doesn't belong to the MD, everybody was surprised. You know why? Because the boy in question met Moyo at FCMB. So though love is like a water, it can divert to anywhere. So they came together. Me, if they want me to judge the case, the children, they should do DNA for them. The children belongs to that man because they have been dating before the girl met this boy. That's the day that died. So that's the thing. So my opinion is it is good to conduct the test at the early stage so that they can know the truth, so that the father will not be wasting his money. Of course, you can take care of the child if you know it's not your child. There's nothing wrong in that. But you have no at the initial stage. So that it won't be as if you are taking care of somebody else's child and you don't have your own child. You know, it will be painful. That's it.
Should be mandatory, just like the issue you mentioned. You mentioned about if after you know, so many people will not take it lightly when you find out that somebody you've been training, maybe paying fees for, school fees, catering for, after like so many years, you find out that child does not belong to you. So it should be mandatory. Something like that should just be normal.
It should be mandatory from birth.
Why?
Because so we need to know where you stand. Who owns the child? Who's the father? Who's the mother? When it's time to share blood, you'll be able to know who we're going to call. And so it should be mandatory from birth.
In DNA test, it is not mandatory. But if as a man, if you try to notice some red flag, you can conduct the DNA test without the woman knowing. Because if you actually conduct the DNA test and the woman eventually know, you have actually put yourself in another trouble.
Depends on the trust that actually emanated from the marriage itself. So if the level of trust is, you feel like you don't need to go on with your paternity test or DNA test, then there may not be a need. But if you feel like you trust your wife and you still want to trust and verify, then there is nothing wrong in you going out for your DNA test to really prove to you if you are really the father of your children.
I'm not supporting a mandatory DNA because if truly we should mandate DNA, you find out, in fact, so many homes will be broken. Why I say so is that there are so many things that we will uncover, and it will be heartbroken for you to find out that a child you've been living with for years, 10 years, 20 years or thereabout, is actually not yours. You understand? So the best thing to do is just to let the whole thing be and advise our young men and our young women, our wife and our husband, to always abide with their husband and forget about the infidelity of a thing. So that's my advice on it.
So there you have it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you have any opinion on this topic, you can drop your opinion on the comment section. I'm Selina and this is Street Speak. Till I come your way again. Bye.